Hey, this is George G. Welcome to George G's Room of Rock. How's everyone doing out there today? Spring and summer have finally arrived here in the Northeast. It's about 82 degrees today. It's about 90 yesterday, so it's pretty hot. I don't know where you guys are watching this, but it's pretty warm here now. And all right, so right now we're doing my up to 1984, my 15 favorite albums of that year, and this is a tough one because there's just so many I left off and so many I wish I'd put on. But you know, I said let's keep it to 15 with 3 album mentions. That's the way I'm doing it. It was tough, but that's the way I'm doing it. So anyway, we'll get started real fast because I don't want to make this too lengthy. We'll start with the 3 album mentions. These 3 were tough to leave off the main list, but so were others that I'll mention a couple of them later. But first album I'll mention is Scorpions' Love at First Sting. Really love this one too. I hated to keep this off, but other ones just kind of beat it out. This one, Trouble, Psalm 9. Such a good album. Great doom metal, but that was honorable mention. And this one, I couldn't leave this one off too. Really classic album, Kick-Axe, Vices. Another really great album. But that's honorable mentions, so I'm just doing it that way. All right, now let's go on my 15, okay? If you're ready. Number 15 is Whitesnake, Slide It In. And this is the American version, because then there's a UK version. This one's got John Sykes on it, and of course this one's just the classic where they started getting into that whole 80s feel, I guess, with their more like, I don't know, Oregon rock feel, but then the blues rock. But this has, of course, Slide It In, Slow and Easy, Love Ain't No Stranger, Spit It Out, love Spit It Out. It's such a Whitesnake type freaking sexual song, I guess. Really good though. It's Standing in Shadow, produced by Martin Birch. Great album though. That's my number 15. My number 14 is Manowar, Hail England. Another great album by Manowar from their early years. Really were their best when they were in the early years. This is, of course, got Blood on My Enemies, Kill with Power, Hail to England, and Bridge of Death. Fantastic stuff from Manowar. This one's like a cheap copy. This one just seems like it's on Manowar Records, but this is all I got. I don't want they think they redid this one. I don't want to hear the redone version. I want to hear the original version. I don't need to redo albums. I don't want bands redo their albums. Just keep the original. It sounds good for a reason. Just stop effing with it all the time. Anyway, that's my number 14. Well, 13 is another classic. Merciful Fate. Don't Break the Oath. First album I bought by Merciful Fate. Love that album cover too. One of my favorite album covers ever. Of course, it's got The Dangerous Meeting, Nightmare, Desecration of Souls, the epic The Oath, Gypsy, Welcome Princess of Hell, and of course the closer, Come to the Sabbath. Excellent stuff. That's my number 13. Number 12, debut from this band. I always loved this album too. And that is Armored Saint, March of the Saint. Fantastic stuff. The album cover is great too. Here they're on the back with their motorbikes there, motorbikes, you know what I mean. This one has the title track, March of the Saint. Can You Deliver? Madhouse. Oh God, Stricken by Fate. False Alarm. I love False Alarm. It's one of my favorite songs on this album. I don't know, it's probably like a song people would think of, but I love False Alarm, so. That's my number, I'm losing track already. No, my number, hold on. 15, 14, 12. There we go. 11. This is my number 11 coming. I had a whole list here, but I kind of messed up the list. I had to bump some off. I didn't realize I didn't put them on the list. So there, my list can be a little messed up here, but I got it where I want. I got to figure this out now a little bit sometimes. So. All right, the next one is Deep Purple, Perfect Strangers, the reunion album with Mach 2 lineup. Another great album. Got the original, not the original, but the Mach 2 band of Richie Blackmore, Ian Gillan, John Lord, Ian Pace, and Roger Glover. And this is, of course, got Knocking on Your Back Door, Nobody's Home, Mean Streak, so the title track, Perfect Strangers, and Not Responsible. Great, all the songs are great. I love this album, so that's on there. That's why it's my number 11. Let's get the other stack here. My number 10 is from second album by Dokken, Tooth and Nail. Classic album, probably one of my favorite ones by Dokken, of course. Tooth and Nail, Just Got Lucky, Heartless Heart, Don't Close Your Eyes, When Heaven Comes Down Into the Fire. I mean, Bullets to Spare. I mean, the whole thing. Alone Again, Turn on the Action. The whole album is just fantastic. It's freaking awesome. And you know, I don't care if it's like, oh, it's that hair metal. It's not really hair metal. They're heavier than hair metal. They're better than that. And I still like the hair metal stuff, but I don't think it's just a little heavier than that. Great album cover too. That's my number 10. Number 9, debut from this band. Another great album. Their old stuff can't be beat by this band, especially this first couple. And it's Wasp. It's subtitled. Great album, great cover. I Want to Be Somebody, Love Machine, The Flame, Hellion, Sleeping in the Fire, On Your Knees, Tormentor, and Torture Never Stops. Oh my God, they were so good back in the day. Not that they suck now, but it's just such a different thing. They're again with the hair metal thing, but they were more shock rock and heavier than that. So, but great album. That's my number. That's that one. Here's my number 8. Number 8 is the first full length by this band. They had an EP before it, and that is Queensryche, The Warning. Just getting a more progressive style with their stuff, but still remaining heavy with Enforce and No Sanctuary. Of course, they hold The Flame Before the Storm. Segues into that freaking awesome. Children of Fire, Roads to Madness. Oh my God, it's such an epic song. Love that album. Love the album. It's a great album by them. Gotta be on this list. Okay, my number 7 is the first album I bought by this band, and it's the third band I got into ever, and that is Twisted Sister, Stay Hungry. It's a monster album for them, which everyone knows. Of course, got Stay Hungry. We're not gonna take it, and we will rock you. I Want to Rock, and The Price. But the other songs that are not from it are, you know, the Burn in Hell, The Beast, SMF, and Horatoria. Great stuff. Classic album. Again, more commercial, but still pretty heavy for Twisted Sister. They went a little more commercial on their later albums. And my number 6. These next ones this few were hard to bring them around, but I kind of shifted them around. But this one's I'm doing for number 6. That's Van Halen 1984. Again, more keyboardy, but still like a lot better than the album previous, Diver Down. But Jump, which people kind of didn't like. Some people didn't like at the time, but because of the keyboards, was no guitar. But still, it's a great song. It's not all the time. I love it. Panama, Top Jimmy. Of course, Hot for Teacher with the great drums from Alex Van Halen. I'll Wait. I love House of Pain. My favorite song on here. Yeah, awesome song, number 6. Now we got to the top 5. These were tough to do in the top 5 here, so. Well, number 5 is this one would be any one of these. If you pick number 1 of these, most of these I would not be surprised. But mine is Metallica, Ride the Lightning, their second album. Everyone picks this as one of their favorite albums. I love it too. Don't get me wrong, but it's just that's where it is in mine because there's reasons for other ones I like a little better. Of course, got Fight Fire, Ride the Lightning, For Whom the Bell Tolls, Fade to Black, Trapped Under Ice, Creeping Death, and you know, it's just classic songs, classic Metallica when they were really heavy and hungry. But that's my number 5. My number 4 is from the man Ronnie James Dio's his second album, The Last in Line. This is the first album I bought by Dio. We Rock. Still one of my favorite songs, We Rock. It's so simple, but I love it. Last in Line, of course. A Speed at Night. One Night in the City. Evil Eyes. Eat Your Heart Out. And of course, Egypt. This Chains Are On. Oh my God, great stuff there. Great stuff there. That's my number 4. Number 3. Now, make surprised this one's not higher or a little higher, but it's great. This is the other reason I'll explain why I get to the other ones. And that is Iron Maiden, Power Slave. I know, classic album. This probably wouldn't be number 1 on anyone's list, and they're not wrong. Aces High, of course, 2 Minutes to Midnight. The Duelists, and of course this one has Power Slave, the epic song, and another more epic song, Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner, another great Derek Riggs album cover. Great stuff. This is my number 3. Number 2 might be surprised it's this high because, you know, if you're into the heavier stuff, but this is the second band I got into ever. And this album, still love the album to death. It's one of my favorite ones. That's why it's up this high to beat Iron Maiden, which may be a surprise, but it's Rat, Out of the Cellar. Okay, another great band. They don't get their due for the time. They really were a great band. And it's still going on, but not the same band. It's kind of different now. Robin Crosby's gone. You know, like rest in peace to him. But anyway, the album, Wanted Man and You're in Trouble. Round and Round, of course, you heard it many times. In Your Direction, She Wants Money. Lack of Communication, my favorite song on here. Back for More. The Morning After, Scene of the Crime. It's a great album all around. Still one of my favorite ones ever, so it's number 2. And what would be the number 1 of 1984? That is Judas Priest, Defenders of the Faith. Absolutely love Defenders of the Faith. Got a signed copy up there on my wall. When I met KK, Glenn, and Rob, was great stuff. Such a great album, too. Of course, Free Will opens up Free Will Burning. Jawbreaker, Rock Hard, Ride Free, The Sentinel, absolutely awesome. Love Bites, another great song, of course. And Eat Me Alive, Some Heads Are Gonna Roll, it's a cover song. And I love Heavy Duty, and it goes to Defenders of the Faith. I know something about when they start doing Defenders of the Faith, the actual part that gives me chills on my I don't know why it does. It just does. It's probably like you're an idiot for thinking that, but that's what I feel. And I love the album. That's why it's number 1. Judas Priest, Defenders of the Faith. And there's so many other albums that were on this list I didn't put on here, and I wanted to so much, but I didn't. The first Yngwie album. There's so many on here I can't even think of. There's one I wanted to put on here, and I didn't. It wasn't a metal album, but certain albums take you to a certain place in your life or certain people. And this album reminded my uncle and my aunt lived in Tennessee. My uncle just passed away last summer. And when I went to see him, and not that he was into this kind of music, anything I listened to at all, but it was reminded me, it was big at the time in 1984, and it was Bruce Springsteen was born in the USA. So I didn't put that on the list, but it was a special album. I always love that album. Just reminds me of going down to see them. So maybe I didn't put it on the list, but I wanted to kind of mention it anyway. But anyway, that's it. There's my top 15 from 1984. So, guys, whatever ones you like from 1984, put in the comments, because there's this link, and I missed so many, and I know it, so just put me and tell me what you like. And anyway, also, because today it is, any the moms out there, or any guys or moms, have a happy Mother's Day time tomorrow, or whatever you're watching, whatever day it is. But anyway, that's it. So, if you like what you see, please like and subscribe, and keep rocking metal alive. We'll see you next time.